Today's comment for discussion. So why does my female 1-year-old just out of the blue attack our male 6-month-old Mel? They rough play all the time, but she randomly goes and attacks him in some regard. Now, the comment did go on a little bit further to explain some scenarios. One of those scenarios was the female at a point in time was eating a bone. Pretty obvious reasons there. Never feed your dogs together, and certainly if they've got bones, separate them. So they're going to be significantly protecting their resources. But that's an obvious one. Let's not get into that too much. So first thing I want to mention is that we would never attempt to assist somebody with an aggression case online. It's really, really important as professionals that we go into a scenario with an open mind. We look and assess each individual dog, what the dogs are like together, but most importantly, we want to assess what your relationship is like with those dogs, because that's going to determine a lot in terms of what's happening in the household. Secondly, for the sake of conversation, we often hear people say, well, the dog attacked for no reason. So there are scenarios and times when it appears as though a dog attacks for no reason. We're taught and educated to look for triggers. You're looking for an obvious trigger. What we need to remember is that emotion drives behavior. So if a dog feels a certain way, that's going to dictate and drive their behavior. So a dog just needs to feel uncomfortable in some regard, discomfort or some form of pressure to then maybe act aggressively. So that they are the reasons why it's occurring, but it might not be completely obvious if you're looking for the trigger. So a couple of the specifics of why a dog might feel that little bit of pressure and discomfort. Firstly, spatial pressure. If a dog's up in its grill, might not like that. Secondly, protecting a resource. As we mentioned earlier, if you're protecting a resource, we shouldn't be messing with our dogs when they're eating. Also, other dogs shouldn't be messing with your dog when they're eating. It's really important. But the important one, which you may not have thought about, is that some dogs just won't like another dog's vibe. In the same way, when we might be in a social gathering, we don't like somebody's vibe. Maybe somebody's extremely energetic and acting erratically, and we don't like it. So our dogs can absolutely feel that way too. The next part of the conversation is going to be, well, what relationship do we have with each individual dog? So in that scenario, let's say in this person's household, you've got the dog that is attacking the other dog. What ability do you have to say, no, don't do that? It's really important that we police behavior. If aggression is practiced, it's more likely to occur over and over. The other thing that you want to be looking at is the dog that is triggering her. If that dog is being a goofball, I've got a couple of young kids in the house, and I can tell when one is subtly winding the other one up. They might be just doing a weird dance move near them and staring at them. There's all sorts of reasons why one can irritate the other. So you need to let both know what appropriate social behavior is and when they might be irritating the other. Because the key is the less they practice aggression and this poor behavior, well, the less you're going to see it. So you need to become acutely aware of what those things are that are making the other dog feel uneasy. But the dog that is attacking also needs to know it's not okay to attack. If dealing with any of these issues, please seek professional assistance in your local area. Social media is not a place to diagnose, assess and create behaviour model plans for these types of dogs. Anytime there's high risk, get professional help.